Man bought a storage unit for $500 and found a safe inside, but he regretted it opening. Joe loved going to storage unit auctions, hoping to find something valuable. After a tough bidding war, he won a unit for $500. It was packed with old furniture, but something caught his attention: a locked safe on the floor. Excited, Joe called a friend to help open it. Inside, he found some VHS tapes and a note that said, "Don't." Under the tapes, he uncovered bundles of cash, millions of dollars. Overjoyed, Joe shared photos of his find online, unaware of what would happen next. Just 2 hours later, the police showed up at his door and said something shocking to Joe. Then, lawyers representing the original owner of the safe started calling Joe. At first, he didn't think much of it. After all, he had bought the storage unit legally, and by law, the contents inside belonged to him. However, what seemed like the find of a lifetime quickly became a nightmare. The original owner claimed that the money and other items in the safe were theirs and demanded it back. To make things more complicated, they offered Joe $1.2 million as a finder's fee if he agreed to return the rest of the money. It was a tempting offer, but Joe was unsure. He technically owned everything he had found in the storage unit, but the constant calls, threats, and legal pressure made him question if keeping the money was worth it. While the cash was an obvious focus of the dispute, it was the VHS tapes from the safe that troubled Joe the most. The tapes were old, and at first he didn't think much of them, but the note he found with them that said, "Don't," made him uneasy. Still, Joe couldn't ignore his curiosity. Late one night, he decided to watch the tapes. What he saw on the tapes disturbed him deeply. He never told anyone what was on them, but it was enough to make him lose sleep. The images haunted him, replaying in his mind over and over. The tapes made him more anxious about the situation. What if the original owner of the safe knew he had seen them? What if they wanted them back even more than the money? Joe felt trapped. On one hand, the money could change his life forever. On the other, the threats from lawyers and the fear of what might happen because of the tapes made him question if it was worth holding on to. After much thought, he decided to avoid further trouble and agreed to split the money with the original owner. In the end, Joe walked away with a fortune. It wasn't the full amount he had hoped for, but it was enough to give him a fresh start. However, the experience left a lasting impact on him. He realized that some discoveries, no matter how exciting they seem at first, can come with risks and consequences that aren't worth the reward.